Hi everyone, it's me, Elizabeth Signs, aka Fairy Woman. We are on day 22. It's day 9 in the book, after the first 13 chapters. The book is The Fairies Guide to Being Human Magical Companion. And there's a link below if you don't have the book, so you can get the PDF for free of all the fairy messages and action steps. So, the fairy message for today. Are you in the Emerald City yet? Recently, we told you that you were about to land in Oz. Are you still trekking down that yellow brick road, or are you in the City of Illusions? The Emerald City was where everybody wore green-colored glasses to make everything look like emeralds. The wizard used lights and effects to make himself seem big and powerful. When you travel towards your purpose, into your authentic self, you have to burst through these types of illusions. It is best to find those who will truly support you and the clarity of what you want and need before doing so. These illusions can seem like your biggest fears. They can puff themselves up to be big and scary. They can dress themselves up to look like concerns for the safety of others. Do you think you need to save others from the Wicked Witch to gain the freedom you want? Remember, the ability to claim what you want and receive it is always with you. Once you are sure of what you want and who you are, claim it. You may think you have to know it all and understand it all for this to be true. The truth is, you just have to feel it. And the moments that you feel it, you can claim it. Please, upon your awakening, do not negate this wisdom as a dream. Visions are different than illusions and should be honored. So, what's that saying? It's not saying that every fear is illusion or that fear is bad, because I think fear has its purpose just like every other emotion that we feel. What it's saying is that often our fears can be faced and we create these gigantic illusions around them to keep us from facing them. That's not to say go step in front of a car, because that is a definite fear that you need to have to keep yourself alive in our 3D reality. But what it is saying is a lot of the fears we have, we put on the same par as our survival, as stepping in front of a car, of keeping us safe, when they really are just our own insecurities or these illusions that we keep in front of us to make excuses to not claim our power. I think when you're honest with yourself, with others, when you really connect with your passions, then you have to feel those fears. But those fears generally are just illusions and not as big and scary as, when you actually face them, when you actually experience them, when you actually take that leap. It's like that, pulling the curtain and finding the man standing there. It isn't as big and scary as we thought it was. Action step. Many of you say you do not know who you are or what you want. Some of you have been through a loop that is making you question who you are. Take the time to start putting it down on paper so you can look at it. Write a list of the things you know you enjoy that fulfill you and or bring you joy. This can include the colors you enjoy to the experiences you've had. What food makes your body feel good? What music do you like to dance to? What events last year have made you the happiest? And make a list of what you think your life is lacking. How true is this list? How are you standing in your own way of receiving this? What limits are you putting on yourself? Now that you have understanding, turn it over to the One. Please know the universe is working to bring you joy and peace. Allow it to do so. I am big on writing it down over and over and over again. I think our dreams, our goals, our ideas of self continue to evolve and change as our journeys just evolve and change. So it's important to take those times to stop and reevaluate as you go along. Especially if you cover a big shift, you have a big shift in yourself, stop and reevaluate everything. Is this really in alignment with who I am in this moment, where I'm going? I think a lot of people in this pandemic that we've been in are doing that. They're taking the time to stop and reevaluate all the things they do in their life, all the relationships they had in their life. And currently we have like 4 planets in retrograde, or by the end of this month, we have 4 planets in retrograde. And so this is a whole time when planets go retrograde, it's a time to stop and look at things and reevaluate. That's all retrograde means. People have a lot of fears around a retrograde if you follow astrology, and it's really just about stop and reevaluate. Look back at stuff, look at everything closer, look at the details of things, and use that energy to get clarity before you push forward again. So I would say this is a perfect time to do that, to write down all your hopes and desires and dreams and figure out where you want to go from here. You know, Dorothy thought the main thing she wanted to do was go back home, but she had a whole journey in that process. If she went home right away, she wouldn't have had the experiences she had. And eventually she does go back home, but she wouldn't have been able to go back with the clarity of who she was without that experience. And I think we all have to accept that we're on a journey, and it may not look like we're getting closer to our goal when really it might have been there all along. We have to go through the journey to get there. So I hope that helps in whatever part of your journey you're in. And I hope you are continuing to let go of your fear and see that, you know, everything we see out there that can freak us out can be a level of illusion. And how much energy you want to give it is how much it rules over your power. So the more that you can pull back into yourself, see where you have power in this moment, claim that power in your life, and claim where you're wanting to go, then the easier moving through these phases will be. I hope this brings you some peace and you have a magical day. Thanks.